Bother. There goes my chance of getting my sleep.
Oh, calm down. You and I both know we weren't going to be sleeping much anyway.
You're right. I can't sleep knowing
He's fine. Whatever he is.
if he's still around.
Don't talk nonsense. He's still around. We just don't know where.
Believe what you must, it's been nearly 20 years. If he's still around, he can't be in good condition. Good enough to return.
Rubbish! Shut up! There's other engines in the shed, you know. You're not helping your cause, Duncan. What's wrong, you two?
Well, nothing.
It's not nothing if you two are awake during storms, high winds, and all other bad weather. You don't have to tell me now, but for the sake for some rest for the rest of us, please go back to sleep.
That goes ditto for me too.
Right, we're sorry.
Something tells me we had better find him soon. I feel time is running short.
The only thing running short is my patience. Now shush.
Alright, you two. What is it that you keep worrying about?
You two haven't been the same since the Duke came.
There's a reason for that.
No, don't.
We've kept this quiet for years since we arrived. It's time we came clean.
Fine, but it's you who is in trouble when we find out the truth about this.
Out with it!
Duncan!
I'm tired of beating around the bush. It's high time you two just said it so I can sleep at night.
The reason why we've been so worried when the Earl came is because the real Duke never came.
What?
Oh, this is off to a great start.
All the same, he wasn't our Duke.
Our Duke's an engine.
You're as bad as Peter Sam is. All Dukes are scrapped ass Duke. Duke doesn't know everything. Tell us about him, you two.
Once upon a time, 3 little engines lived in their own little shed of their own little worldway. Duke was brown, Falcon blue, and Stuart green.
Who?
Patience!
Duke was the oldest. He was the first engine on the line and named after the Duke of Sodor. He wanted everything just so. Whenever the others did anything he didn't like, he would say,
"That would never suit his grace."
Stuart's fault. He was going too fast.
Not my fault, you were dawdling on the line.
Impertinent scallywags.
Other engines came and went, but Duke outlasted them all. Stuart and Falcon called him Grandpa.
Duke was fond of them, but he tried to keep them in order. They were fond of him too, and as he was very wise, but they grew very tired of hearing about his grace. Soon, however, Stuart and Falcon became useful engines, and all were happy together.
But then hard times came. The mines closed one by one. The engines had little to do. At last the line was closed and the people came to buy the engines.
We'll take Stuart and Falcon.
But what about Duke?
He's too old for what we need. We're sorry. Never mind me. I'll be fine. Go on and take what I've taught you.
Cheer up, Grandpuff. We'll find a new railway. and then you can keep us in order. His driver of firemen oiled and greased him. They sheeted him snugly and said goodbye. He had to go away and find work.
Where's his grace? It's not like him to forget me. Oh well, I guess I'll go to sleep. He'll help to pass the time.
How awful. Stuart and Falcon soon found work at an aluminum line, then came to another railway with 2 other little engines. Once there, Stuart changed his name to Peter Sam, and Falcon to
Sarhandol. I'm glad you told us your story, you two.
Do you think he's still there now?
Who knows?
Yes!
Even if he is, I doubt he be in our, pleasant shape.
Neither are you, but here we are.
What was that? Come on, Rusty. Mr. Hugh and the workmen need us to clear up some storm damage.
All right.
Hey, Rusty!
What was it you and the others were gossiping about? Sir Handel and Peter Sam were talking about an old friend.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, you see. 3 little engines lived in their own little shed in their own little railway. Other engines came and went, but Duke outlasted them all. They were very fond of him, as he was very wise, but they grew tired of hearing about his grace.
Interesting. I'll phone Charles.
Pardon my intrusion, but what was the story you were talking about?
You see,
the mines closed, one by one.
He's too old for what we need. We're sorry.
Aye, they sheeted him snugly and said goodbye. They went away to find work.
How sad. Wish we could find him.
And you said Dukes were scrapped.
How do we know he wasn't?
Good to know Duck has a bright side. And that's coming from you, Mike. Oh, shut up.
Oh well, I'll go to sleep. It'll help to pass the time.
That's not a happy ending.
Ah, there will be. But that'll have to wait until next time.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
You told us it ended happily.
I just wanted to tell the story. I heard it from Bear earlier.
You want a real unhappy ending? I'll give you one.
Enough.
Best we just rest for the night.
Yes, indeed. It'll be a very nice endeavor. I'll be happy to pass it on. Indeed. I'll ask. Yes, thank you. Goodbye. That man, I'll never understand his enthusiasm. Now to make my next call. Ah, good evening, Reverend.
There we go, gentlemen. I apologize for the bumpy ride. It was smooth and you know it. Maybe for you.
Oh, you're quite the character, Isabel. I wish I'd written more about you.
Oh, old Ollie always gets the spotlight. He's quite the act. Who hush is he?
Oliver, can you clear the platform? We've another train coming to stop here.
Oh, I thought Duck was on the other end of the line.
He is. This is a special.
Right, come along, girls.
Hello, Augsburg! Not bad. A bit dirty.
I thought you helped build the line.
The line, not the yards. Anyway, your special is here.
Hello, greetings, salutations, and good tidings, reverends, Audrey and Teddy. Now we just need Fergus. Great timing. Hello, Sir Robert. Gentlemen, to my office, please. James, could you wait in the yards, please?
No problem. I could use the rest. Knockoff.
Cheap. Clone. When were you built?
1912. And you?
1966.
Ha! I am better.
More like older.
Pah!
Gentlemen, I'm elated we could come together over finding this engine.
Teddy and I were quite interested in the prospect, and given the recent find in South America, we figured it'll be fun to take part. Perhaps a good story could be made of it.
'Tis a noble quest to be had.
Are we so sure that there's anything to be found?
The thrill of the quest is the thrill of the unknown. Given Duke was my father's engine, it would mean a lot to bring him back. However, I'm in no condition to do the expedition myself, as I have other matters and preparations to attend to, but I trust the three of you would be interested.
3?
Yes, of course! Who knows your line better than anyone here? I've brought some old maps my father kept up to the castle of Duke's old line.
I have the current maps here of my current line.
If we line the maps up correctly, your line ends short of Duke's.
Our railway's led in the bed of the old one, but swings round to the end of the road south of that village. The old line kept straight on. It went to the north of the villages and then to the mountains. The maps show the works at the old station. If Duke's anywhere, he's there.
Excellent. Fantastic! Oh, I'm so excited His Grace will be found once again.
We'll use one of my engines each day to head up the line, and then we'll walk from there.
Splendid! Are you two in?
Most definitely. I could use the time off, and who would want to miss out on this experience? Indeed. EW1 for the books. No pun intended, of course.
Then it's settled.
I'll speak to my engines tonight.
Did you hear that the thin and fat clergymen are back?
I saw them arrive earlier.
Yeah, so what's your steam, bet?
Hi! Settle down, you three, we have company.
Are you writing another book, sir?
Oh, yes, but not about you.
Aww.
Cheer up. It's about a nice old engine who's lost, but if you're good, the artist might put you in the pictures.
Ooh!
Thank you, sir.
But wait, are you talking about Duke?
Indeed. But how do you know about him?
Douglas told us a few days ago. I guess word got around fast.
Indeed.
Well, we want to find him, and mend him, and make him happy again. Your controller wants to help, but he can't if you're naughty.
Of course, sir. That goes for you, Mike.
Puh! Good night, engines. Remember, behave. They're going to find Duke again. Oh, hello, Frank. You missed the clergyman.
The thin and fat one?
Yes, they're gonna help Controller find Duke. And we might be in the illustration.
Bother! Missed him again.
Don't go getting into a fuss again. Controller wants us to behave.
Yes, and I still remember the draft you caused in the shed.
Bah!
Wish us luck.
We will.
I still don't understand why Bert gets to take them. He'll just splash them again.
For one, it's his morning train and you hate passengers.
True. What's Mike Boilery gonna be?
Our controller and the thin and fat clergyman are going on a search for Duke.
What? Isn't that foolhardy?
That is a foolhardy laddie. I mean, if he's where they think he is, he wouldn't be in the best state.
Aye, but our works can do wonders on an engine. It's almost magical how well they work. I'm sure if we find him, he'll be fine.
And that's a big if.
Whatever. Come on, dude. We've got this ballast to take.
Right away, Mr. Douglas.
We've got a signal ahead.
Radio, Mr. Douglas.
Oh, we are the wee ones. Good morning, you lot.
Good morning, Douglas. You are in a good mood.
Aye, and so were you lot when you had heard the news.
What news?
The thin and fat clergyman along with the small controller are looking for Duke.
What?
What?
That is good news.
It is indeed. Oh, Sir Handel, Grandpuff is coming home. Can you believe it?
No. I can't. Alright everyone, as exciting as the news is, we have jobs you must attend to. Rusty, you have maintenance work at our new quarry. Sir Handel and Reneus, you have work there too.
Yes, sir.
Best we get going too, Mr. Douglas.
You're right, our signal's clear. Goodbye everyone.
Goodbye, Douglas. Farewell to...
And we're here. I wish I could take you the whole way.
Would that you could. We wouldn't need to search if you could go that far.
Indeed. Come along, Fergus. Right, following on.
Good luck!
I really don't like coming here every day. I don't trust it.
I know we've had our fair share of issues, but Rome wasn't built in a day either.
Rome also didn't have that.
Are you still on about that stupid rock? You swear it's watching you.
That's because it is.
Good day, Rusty.
Hello, Merrick.
Well, it's amazing how much we've done in the last 5 years.
It'd be better if we had more dedicated engines for the job, standard and narrow gauge.
Well, unless you plan to gallivant off and find some engines, I suggest we use what we have.
I know.
Ah, good. Sir Handel's on the upper terraces now. I've helped the workmen set dynamite for the blasting today. This reminds me of the old days.
Well, you're in the new now, old-timer.
Hey!
Is everything prepped for the new tunnel? Yep, let her rip. 1, 2, 3, kaboom!
What was that? Over there!
Dagnabbit, who put those charges over there?
We didn't set those.
Well, someone did. Or something.
We have worse problems.
Dear Lord!
Stop, Sir Handel! Stop!
What the? Wow!
Don't move, Sir Handel. I'm coming. Wasn't planning to. Ugh, I hate cliffs. Second time I've saved you. Not bad for a little diesel, eh? Oh please, you're not the first to. Why does that not surprise me?
Are you alright, Sir Handel?
At least someone asked.
I'll take that as a yes.
Sit tight, you three. We have some inspections to do. What's this about you being saved before on a cliff? It was... Grandpuff. But it was a far worse situation than either time you saved me. Would you mind telling us? I suppose. This happened to me when I was new to the line and called Falcon. It started one evening and manager came to see me.
Now, Falcon, you must learn the mountain road.
Yes, please, sir.
So tomorrow, you shall go double-heading on it with Duke. He'll explain everything.
Pah! Duke's an old fusspot.
Listen, the mountain road is difficult. You take the train and I couple in front.
No, I'll lead. How can I learn the road with you lumbering ahead, blocking the view?
Suit yourself, but never mind the view. Attend to the track.
And with that, we set off. The countryside was beautiful, but Duke wouldn't let me enjoy it.
Look at the track, never mind the view.
Fuss pot, fuddy-duddy, 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 fuddy-duddy! We ran through a tunnel and crossed over a river. We soon were entering another and began to slow. Don't dawdle! Don't dawdle!
No hurry, no hurry.
The tunnel was dark, but soon light came again.
Watch the track! Watch the track!
Fuss pot, fuss pot. As we exited, the line curved sharpest right. It laid on the ledge cut into the hillside. No one knows what happened next. Now, Duke said there must have been something on the track, and I hadn't kept a good lookout. I was dazzled and couldn't keep a good lookout. Our coaches had hardly cleared the tunnel when I lurched. My front wheels derailed, crunched over the sleepers and ballast. I came to rest with one comfortably near the edge. Duke had saved me. Now he held on grimly with locked wheels and taut couplings.
Young idiot! Stop it! I can't hold you if you shake.
I tried desperately not to. Quickly, Duke's crew chocked his wheels and strengthened the couplings between both engines.
Thank you. Now I'll manage.
We thought so until...
Water! We want water, quickly!
A cottage stood nearby. Soon the passengers were passing jugs, buckets, kettles, and saucepans until Duke's thirst was quenched. At last, Duke was able to pull me back on the rails and I took it. Our manager was waiting for us at the top station. He was sorry for the accident and thanked the passengers for their help. Not at all! We admired the way you put things right and enjoyed the adventure. Now, your Duke is a hero! He stood firm like a bulldog and wouldn't let go. Thank you. I don't know why you bothered after I've been so rude.
Oh well. You just had a new coat of paint. It would have been a pity if you rolled down the mountain and spoilt it. That would never suit his grace.
Are you alright? I noticed you weren't too happy at the news earlier at the sheds.
I suppose. I'm just worried that we'll find something that we didn't want to see. I never said this to Peter Sam, of course, but I've quietly hoped that we would never find Grandpuff. I'd hate to see him in a... well... oh dear. Well, I'm sure he won't be in that state. If they can even find him. Engines weren't meant to sit around for ages. You have a point, but I'm optimistic that we can bring him home safely. Well, I'm not, and you can't tell Peter Sam. I don't think he'll respond well to this, though I'm worried he's getting his hopes up. Nothing wrong with a little optimism. There's a little optimism, and then there's Peter Sam. Ow! How was the search?
Nothing found. A lot of the area has changed so much that there are no longer any rails, buried by erosion, so to speak.
Oh, so what now?
We head home and try again tomorrow. We didn't expect to find much of anything today.
Oh!
Never mind. We have passengers who need a ride home, so we must get going.
Oh, right. All aboard!
Come along, you two. We have passengers.
Oh, yes. What a lovely day for it, too. Indeed, Gertrude. It is splendid indeed. Plus, Duncan isn't taking us.
Well, I'm no Duncan.
No, indeed, you're quite the gentleman. Just like a duke.
Oh, yes, you two came from Sodor too.
So Handel and Peter Sam wanted to keep us quiet for so long about it. We used to be on Duke's picnic.
Oh, what was that?
Well, Duke's picnic was a special train for summer visitors. It was his special train. Many people came year after year just to see him. He always pulled it, even if he felt poorly.
I mustn't disappoint my friends. That would never suit his grace.
He took the passengers up the line and stopped anywhere they wanted. He and his driver knew all of the best places for picnics.
Please don't be late when I come back. We might miss the boat, and that would never do.
You're reminiscing about the early days, eh? Indeed! In fact, this is the perfect time for another story. Oh, yes! I know which one, too. Oh, no.
Oh, Peter Sam, is there something you don't want me to know?
Ah, fine. I'll tell it. I might as well take the fall.
Go on, then.
It all started one day after Duke finished taking his train. He had been short of steam and was glad for a rest before starting back. His driver and fireman had just finished cleaning his tubes when I bustled in. Hello, Grandpuff. Are you short of puff?
Nothing of the sort. This is routine maintenance.
Tell you what, Grandpuff, you're getting old. You need to take care. We'll have to keep you in order, or one day you'll break down.
Humph, that'll be the day. You keep me in order. Impudence.
Duke couldn't stay cross for long. It was a lovely evening. All the picnic parties were ready, the coaches ran out, and they lost no time anywhere.
Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better.
They began to climb. The work was harder, but Duke didn't mind.
I've plenty of steam. We'll be up in a couple of puffs.
He did more than that, though. His puffs changed to wheezes.
It's not so easy. It's not so easy. My old valves will start blowing now, but I'll manage.
The leaks became worse, and soon he was whooshing hoarsely with escaping steam. Duke's driver examined him carefully at the next station, while the guard went to telephone for help. Anxious passengers gathered around.
2 engines are coming. With luck, you'll be away in 15 minutes. You'll easily catch your boat.
Falcon and I soon arrived. Poor Grandpuff. What a shame you've broken down. Oh, this is the day. This is the day. Are you ready? Yes, I am. Falcon had left his train at the middle station. When we arrived, the cavalcade split up. Dorothy went down to the port for Duke's picnic, while I headed Duke's train, the Duke coupled behind. I was so excited. Fancy me rescuing Grandpuff. This is the day, this is the day, this is the day. Little did I know, Duke was by no means crippled. His valves sounded worse than they were. He could have kept his train, but his driver said,
"No, our passengers would only be one."
Duke agreed. He didn't want to spoil the day. He listened to me chortling and smiled. He and his driver had his own joke ready. Poor old engine, poor old engine. At first, they used just enough steam to keep moving, but the last half mile was uphill.
Now!
Oof! He advanced the regulator and Duke responded with a will. He puffed and roared as if the whole train's weight was on his buffers. People heard the noise from far away. They ran to see what was happening. At the station, Duke was uncoupled and went around the loop to the water tank. Why were there 2 engines on the train, Daddy? It is most unusual.
It is, but today is different. Stuart broke down. Duke had to help him. Duke has a hard job of it by the sound of it. Fiddlesticks! Poor old engine. It's no good, Stuart. You can't win.
I suppose it is funny. I wish I could have seen your face. Indeed, when Duke shoved us up, I never felt such a rush. Oh well, we can all talk about it later once he comes home. I can't wait. Oh dear.
What?
The poor dear's so excited to see Duke back. I hope he's not too excited. After all, it's been a long time. Quite right, Millie. We were very lucky to be found by the Think Controller all those years ago. Even then, we weren't in the best condition.
Oh, you're right. If the poor engine is still there, he's not going to be in the best state.
If there's anything left of him, of course.
Well, we must go. We are running late.
Oh, indeed. Follow on, Millie. Right behind you, Gertie. Oh, it's been weeks and they still haven't found Duke.
Oh, shut up! I can't get no rest. I figured you'd tell us about him would shut you up, but you don't, Duncan. I've been worked off my wheels, and I get no rest because he keeps blithering on about his oxidized octogenarian friend.
What?
Face the facts. They're not gonna find anything. He's probably rusted to nothing by now.
No, it can't be. Sandra and I have been hoping he'll be found, and he will be. Sir Handel?
Well, Duncan has a point. I mean, it has been a long time, and engines weren't meant to sit for a long period of time locked away. It was probably sold or scrapped years ago, and we don't even know it.
You don't...
No. I don't believe they'll find anything. I've thought this from the start of the search.
Sir Handel, how could...
Peter Sam, for goodness sake, the Thing Controller didn't find Duke all those years ago when he found Gertrude and Millicent. Did you two see him?
No, we didn't. We'd love it if Duke came home, but I do think maybe this is all a little foolhardy. Nonsense! It's all nonsense. Trust me, we'll have good news today. Look, here's James. Maybe he'll have good news.
Sorry, everyone, it's bad news. I heard from Oliver Tidmouth that the trio found some old parts, and they believe they may have come from Duke.
But.
I'm sorry, I have passengers to take, but I figured you all ought to know. Goodbye.
Sir Handel, Peter Sam, I'm so...
No! It can't be! He'll be found. I know it. We just have to hope.
I'm sorry, Peter Sam, but I'm afraid that I have to agree with Scarloid. We'd love to see him safe and sound, but it sounds like...
No! You're all wrong. You see...
Oh dear. Good riddance. Now I can get some sleep.
I don't know how you sleep at all when you're such a wet blanket.
So, what do you think of those parts?
I believe we found our answer, I suppose. And even if we didn't, how long can we stay on this supposed goose chase? We did find rusted over parts, and we've been over the area a million times and never found the old station.
It's probably under all the undergrowth. Maybe it's time, gentlemen, that we suspend our search.
We've been away for weeks, Teddy. Perhaps we accept what Father Time has done to poor Duke. Aye, it's for the best. Can't keep ruining our clothes and scraping our skin.
I'll phone the oil to let him know. Hello? Oh, yes, I was just going to speak to you, Your Grace.
Yeah, I was hoping to hear about the news on Duke.
Yes, you see,
I was going through my father's things and found some old photos of him and Duke, as well as his old journals. He wrote so much about the old engine.
Yes, about that.
You know, my father wasn't a quitter. He helped create Sodor right here in this very castle. It's no easy feat. This railway brought so much happiness in his life, and little did I know then. Mine now. His philanthropy and love for railways set the tone for me once I came into my family's name. I have so many ideas of how to keep my family's spirit alive, and to bring the two together again would be incredible.
That's very interesting, Your Grace.
Yes. Now, what is it you wanted to speak with us about?
Oh, yes, I was going to say... things are looking a little rough now, but I think we're on to something. We'll, be heading out early tomorrow.
Splendid! I await your progress.
What did we just agree to? To find Duke again, and bring him home.
Aye. We're close, and I've been thinking. Those parts we found look like old spare parts, which you find lying around the works,
which could be where Duke is.
It's a last shot, but let's hope for the best. Maybe we could try an aerial view. Maybe we'll find more clues.
I suppose this mystery's far from over.
Wait here, Sir Handel. We're waiting on another lorry. Bother. We're sure to be late now. James won't like that. James won't like missing half of his goods either. Besides, it's time you use this time more effectively. I suppose. A little lonely sleeping up here alone, isn't it?
Shut up, Sir Handel.
Don't tell me to shut up, you... Duke wouldn't like us fighting like this.
Oh, now you care about him.
I've always cared, but I've also braced myself for the worst. I care very much about Duke, and I want him home, but you have to admit it has been a long time.
Of course I know it's been a long time. I don't need you to remind me of that. I know Duke may not ever be found, but believe me, there is still a chance.
You can believe all you want, but
Duke believed we would be better engines, that we'd learn from him.
He didn't hit that one out of the park.
He never said perfect. Duke wasn't perfect, but he wanted us to better ourselves. And we did, more or less. My point is that Duke believed in us, so why can't you believe in him?
Duke wanted us also to be rational, understand disappointment when it comes, and take life as it stands. I suppose we took different things from Duke, didn't we?
I suppose we did. I suppose he had a point.
On both merits.
And
No. I'm sorry for not recognizing that.
I'm sorry too.
Sir Handel, you're needed on your train again. I'll be seeing you later. Controller wants you at the quarry. So this must be it, but there's hardly anything to see. I'll climb up on that hill over there, get a good look out. Right, we'll be over here. Be careful, Teddy. You don't know what just... Ah! Looking on. Wait, that's not a hill. Hills aren't hollow. Or Sleeping Beauty himself. What? Excuse me, are you a vandal? Driver told me vandals break and smash things. Bless you, no, I'm quite respectable. I dropped in because I couldn't find your door. Stuart and Falcon will be pleased to see you. So they did remember. Does His Grace approve? Yes, he is coming. Once we tell him the news. To see me? How kind. I know I'm all dirty. That would never suit him. Please clean me. We will, tomorrow though. We need to get you out, but we'll be here early tomorrow before His Grace sees. And in the meantime, help me out of here, please. So they just went again?
Just today. It's nonsense if you ask me.
How is it nonsense?
They've done the same thing every day. Bert takes them up, brings them home. They find nothing and keep trying. Definition of insanity if you ask me.
All the same, you've got to appreciate the work they're doing.
I'll appreciate it more when our controller starts controlling again. Here we go again.
I'm not so sure about that. Bert looks excited.
Oh, really?
What's all the noise?
They found him! They found him!
What? It's true. Well, Teddy did. By accident, but he's alright. He's in his old shed where he got buried by avalanches and turned into a hill. We need to dig him out. I'll be in my office. I have many calls to make. Contact the Earl, the Fat and Thin controllers, Jenny Packard.
Will we be taking him back?
Unfortunately, no, Mike. But I'll need one of you to take a work string up to Arsdale.
I'll do it.
I thought you said it was nonsense.
Shush!
Alright, Mike. I wish I got this initiative from you all the time. Can I pass the word? The island will know sooner or later.
Well, how about that, Duck? Not all dukes were scrap.
Oh, shut up, Oliver. Come on, dude. We'll go spread that good news. What's going on with Sleepyhead over here? He's trying to get some sleep since we keep him awake.
Oh, poor Duncan. Well, hopefully we'll stop that.
Welcome home. How are you feeling?
Much better. Surrender and I talked it out earlier, and we both learned a little bit about things. Good for the both of you. It's a shame we may not see Duke. He sounds like such a nice engine.
Yeah, but it's not likely.
I found him! I found them, laddies!
What?
I found them, laddies! Found in a hill in a shit all unbeknownst. Didn't know what that means, but they sang excited.
Did anyone understand what that meant?
Who cares? Duke is saved!
I can't believe it either. You were right.
Never mind that now. He's saved! Oh, hooray!
What's all the noise? I can hear you from my office.
And you bloody woke me up! It's bad enough I get overwork, but you cannot let me sleep in peace neither.
No rest for the weary, Duncan.
We just heard the news about Duke.
Oh yes, I've got a phone call from the small controller earlier. I'll be there tomorrow to help bring him home. Tomorrow? Wow! I can't believe it.
Oh no. Sir Handel and I will be working late tomorrow.
What a pity. We'll be sure to welcome him for you. And you've waited this long to see him. I'm sure you can wait a few more hours.
Oh, I suppose. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. Did you hear the good news, girls? Oh, indeed. Our Duke is coming home.
Alright, Tolliver. Nice and easy.
Righto, Miss Jenny. The rest of you follow me. But be careful as the line isn't— Whoa! Solid. I say! My, apologies for, dropping in. Might need to stop my daily trips to MC1. Oh, I might have to follow suit.
Well, so good to meet my namesake.
Who are you?
Why, Duke, I'm your grace.
Wait, you don't look like him.
Oh, Duke. Well, the grace you knew passed away very long ago, I'm afraid, but I am his son, and so your new grace.
Oh.
Yes, indeed, and it's so good to see you again. I can't wait to see you in Steam. We must catch up.
Oh, indeed. So much has changed.
Stand back, everyone. All right, Nelson, do your job. Marge, can you take Oliver home? Of course, dear. Come along, everyone.
The countryside. So much the same, yet so different.
Yeah, lots changed. Wasn't on the railway when you guys were still running around here.
Haven't seen many vehicles like you in my lifetime. Never knew there were engines smaller than me either.
They don't call them the small railway for nothing.
They just run through the mountains?
Oh no, those lines aren't used anymore.
It's improper to deny our visitors the chance to see their favorite places.
No, mate. They're their visitors now. Days of traversing those mountains have long since passed.
Oh, goodness. I hope you haven't fussed yourselves here over me.
Nonsense. I'll take it, you Duke. Proud to say it. There you go, Duck. A living Duke. Bother you, Oliver, and Douglas. We get it. Alright, little guy, up we go. Oh, blimey. I didn't think cranes came so big on the rails. That's Rocky. He's only been here for a couple of years. Approaching 5 years next month. 5 years, eh? Right, you two. Donald, you carry Rocky. And Douglas, you'll take Duke, and you can head safely to Crovin's Gate. Don't forget about me, sir. Oh, of course not, Toad. You'll be taking the Think Controller back with the Reverends. Oh, of course, sir. I'll catch your train back to Tidmouth, Doc, but we have to wait for our, procession here. All this pomp and circumstance isn't really necessary, sir. It isn't proper to disturb the railway over little old me. Oh, nonsense, Duke. Your Grace wanted it this way. They both did. Right. I'm here! I'm here! Huh? The Illibird ate, swallowed, and processed the worm by the time you came. What's that thing that arrived in Augsburg when we left? What thing? That grey thing. Oh, that's Frank the Diesel. Diesel? Aye, they use oil instead of coal and water. That's daft if you ask me. Doesn't seem right if you ask me. Never understood why they changed the locomotive. They get bigger? Aye, so there's more where that came from. Take my advice. Be careful who you trust among them. The runs around here aren't too bad, but you never know. Totally noted. So, many engines around here, Aye, railway's grown a lot since you went under. So much time. It's been hot. Don't worry, he's a good one. What on earth is that? He's an electric engine. He runs on a pale guard reverse line. Fully electrified. Pale guard electrified, eh? New-fangled contraptions. Doesn't serve like steam does. I thought the same, but they're still useful. Saved my bunker a few years ago. Aye, the electric spinners are alright. Alright, little guy, you home. Duke, I'm so glad to meet you at last. You must be Skarloey. I've heard of you. Glad to make your acquaintance at last. You must be Reneus. Indeed I am. And you must be one of those oily things, right? What? Excuse me, a diesel, if I'm correct. Yes, I am. Is he one of the good ones? Aye, he is. Alright, little one, here you go. Still getting used to the world again. Well, we'll be very happy to help. Indeed. So where's Stuart and Falcon gotten to? They're working at the quarry still. They'll be back later. Oh, and another thing. They're no longer called Stuart and Falcon. They're now Peter Sam and Sir Handel, respectively. Sir Handel? When on earth was that blasted fool knighted? Oh no, he wasn't. He was... Who left the slate trucks on the coaches to me? Oh dear. Well, I'm waiting. Duncan, come down, we have a guest. And what on earth were you doing? It's bad enough I get no rest, left to handle the passengers on my own, only to come back to improperly placed trucks, and you gallivanting off with gossiping geezers. Duncan, No, I'll handle this. What are you looking at?
Smart-mouth punk who needs to learn. Puh! Keep acting like that and you'll end up like Smudger.
Wait, who?
So, Stewart and Falcon haven't told you all my stories, eh? Be proud to tell this one. Smudger was a show-off. He rode roughly and often came off the rails. I warned him to be careful, but he took no notice.
Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spills?
We do here, he said, but Smudger just laughed. Till one day manager said he was going to make him useful at last. Smudger stopped laughing then.
Why?
They turned him into a generator. He's probably still out there behind our sheds. He'd never move again.
Where are you going? Oh, no sense in sitting around when there's messes to clear up. Good work, Duke. Aye, never mind, Duncan. Slate trucks are awfully tricky things. Ha, you would know. Oh, please. You'll do wonders around here, Duke.
I'm no good until I'm fully repaired and looked at again.
I'll be taking you to the works tomorrow. In the meantime, it's time the rest of us got some sleep.
I've gotten enough. More than my fair share at rest. I want to see the midnight sky, just as I remember it.
Very well, Duke. Good night.
Good night. Now, to stay awake.
He's here.
Shh. You woke me up. In my young days, engines were...
Seen and not heard, Grandpa. We know.
Well, I'll be back to work soon. We're glad you've come back. We can keep you in order now.
Keep me in order? Be off with you! Impudent scallywags.
And that is the whole story. Did you like it?
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Can't say no.
Good evening, Sir Charles. Oh, good evening. Shouldn't you be with Duke now? I will see him soon, but I have other matters to attend to first, which is why I'm here. Why are you here? I have a big idea, Sir Charles. I'm going to need your help. I'm planning to restore Ulfstead Castle and build a branch line leading towards it. What? You can't just build a branch line. You need permits and regulation and paperwork and... Don't worry about that, Sir Charles. I've brought in a pair of stakeholders to help come up with the funds and drawn up preliminary plans. I want the line to run north from Marin and reach the castle. Even if that gets approved, you need engines to run it. Oh, don't worry about engines, Charles. I have 2 coming from America to help. From where? Don't worry, I'll be handling the cost of the overhauls at your works, if you don't mind. Overhaul? Nothing too serious, just some minor resizing. What? I'm so glad you're as enthusiastic as I am. Wait a minute. You mentioned other stakeholders. Who are they? Oh, Sir Charles, there are other dukes.